welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be designing this 3,600 square feet home featuring 2 bedrooms on the 2nd floor and 1 office on the 1st floor. And guess what? A double ceiling height living room with a large glazed curtain walls looking at the backyard, featuring a very nice backyard. You're gonna be seeing that at the end of the video, where we have a very nice pool and a very nice area for a barbecue and a very nice seating area, dining and wining and with your family in the evening. It looks absolutely beautiful. And by the way, if you want to see the full version of the renderings, you can see them at the end of the video. You can skip, or you're more than welcome to join me on seeing the process from start to finish using REVIT in Twinmotion. On using REVIT here to design everything from the walls to ceilings, stairs, doors, everything. And in Twinmotion, obviously, we apply the materials and the furniture and everything like that. Now, to tell the truth, I didn't really like and enjoyed how it turned out in terms of furniture and interior design, because I was really focused on the REVIT aspect, and that's what this channel is really circling, or this series is really circling and focusing on the use of REVIT. And because I really want to have REVIT to be out there, you know, because it doesn't have the much of attention online as it deserves to be, because it's one of the most powerful softwares out there. And sadly, there's a lot of architectural students and young professional architects don't know how to use it, which is very strange to me, to be honest, because a lot of the firms, especially the big firms, they always look for a BIM experience, which is REVIT, right? Like, BIM is building information modeling, and I believe I talked about this in the previous video, and I'm thinking to do some tutorials in the future. I know I haven't been posting for a while, and that's on me because I was really busy with real projects out there. You know, I'm working on a few custom houses here in Mississauga. It's very nice houses we're working on. If you want to see them, you can feel free to hit me up on Instagram, or you guys can give us a call. I can show you if you're interested, if you have a real project that you want us to work on. But the idea here is really more of entertaining and showcasing what REVIT can do and what we can do, and how you can see the house of your dream or whatever you had in mind being, you can visualize it, right? And that's the power, where sometimes when you sit down with a client in the meeting, they ask you to do live changes, and that's the power right there. Because in the past, architects used to use AutoCAD, which was a nightmare if the client asked you for simple stuff. Like if I want to, you know, mirror the whole plan, I want the kitchen on the right side and let's put the garage on the left side. Right now we can do it like almost in a flip of a finger, right? If you know how to use REVIT wisely and really good, you know how to use, you know, all the hotkeys and tips and tricks and stuff like that, you can do it on spot. And believe it or not, almost every single time we hop in a meeting with a client, they're always impressed of how fast this could be. And trust me, I'm not a magician, I'm not someone who's very, you know, special, but this software is really powerful, right? And I'm a really big fan, because since I was a kid, I used to like all these games where it had the creative side, where it required a creative mind, like Minecraft and Sims, and where you build houses and, you know, you build things. And that's what I like to do. And when I discovered REVIT, that was even before college. It was fascinating to me, where you can do things that, you know, games are limited to certain features. They don't have everything. You can't do anything you want, and that's where it clicked with me. I absolutely love this software. And if you were wondering, yes, I do use other software, which is SketchUp, to do the massing to see how I want the house to be, and then I open REVIT and start modeling it. Now, one of the approaches, there's so many approaches that you can take, or architects usually take. Some architects like to start from the inside, and some of them like to start from the outside. To me, my most favorite is to start from the outside, because your home is from the inside. You can have so many creative things you can get away with, right? But the idea is to work, you need to synchronize your work from the outside to the inside, so it's not one way or the other. I just put the form from the outside, and then I start to visualize how the planning is going to be from the inside, just rough sketches, like bubble diagrams and stuff like that. And then I will take that to and then we'll start playing with the 3D model and see how things will turn around, and it's very, very fun process. Now, this process is very different than a real project, because if you have a real project, the first thing is, before you even considering designing, you have to talk to zoning. You have to talk to your local municipal and look at the building code, right? And see what you can and cannot do on your property. You need to see what is your setbacks, what's the lot coverage, what is the building height, how high are you allowed to build your home, how much are you allowed to build on your lot. That's called lot coverage, and the setbacks is basically how much are you allowed to be close to your property line, or to your neighbor for that sake, or to your fence. On the sides, usually in the GTA, usually it's around 3 to 5 feet. In Mississauga, 90% it's like 4 feet setback on the sides, but the front and the back is very different. They go by, I remember the number in meters, because the zoning bylaws are set in meters. I believe it was 7 or 9 meters, and the front it's like 9 and 12 meters if it was like R1 or R2. I talk about these in the shorts videos, where you can actually look up your zoning local bylaws. I gave an example of the city of Mississauga, because all of them are really the same thing. They use very, very similar e-plan system in the back end. I believe there was like 1 or 2 companies that they have developed this e-plan system, and they're just selling it to the municipalities around, across North America, which is very interesting. Now, when you want to apply for a building permit, you don't even have to set a foot in the city hall, which is amazing, actually, because you don't have to drive over there, you don't have to print the blueprints, you don't have to go there and come back and talk to this person and wait in line and see if the examiner is there to talk to you or whatnot. This work from home thing, it's made everybody's life easier. I think it depends who you talk to, but most likely, yes, it did make a lot of people happy. And by the way, if you can see here on the right side, the 3D model, it's being glitchy, and you can see the lines. If you're obviously familiar with Revit, you know what I'm talking about. You have the hidden lines style turned on, but it's kind of in the wireframe, quote unquote, thing. But if you ever face this problem, I know it's tedious, I know it could throw you off. I was, the first time that ever happened to me, I was really pissed and I was really angry. What is going on? And the solution to that, before I get to the solution, let me tell you why this is happening. Most likely because you don't have as much as a powerful PC than Revit can handle, and you've been using Revit or this file for a very long time. Especially you have this 3D view open for a very long time, and I believe that's why. This is one of the other PCs. I have many PCs in the company. I don't like to use my main PC. I like to keep it for something else, not the topic, but to fix it is actually very, very simple. All you have to do is go ahead and delete the 3D view, or create one and delete this one, doesn't matter. You just need to create a new 3D view. That's it. You just put it on a perspective or in orthographic view, and boom, that's it. Your problem is fixed. As simple as that. Only if I knew the first time. It took me a while to figure it out. And here we're modeling the backyard, and it turned out it's very nice, actually. I really liked it, especially the renderings at night. It's absolutely beautiful. It's cozy, it's small, right? It's not large or huge, humongous. It's warm, and that's what I really liked about it. And here I'm adding the pot lights on the ceiling from the outside because I do want this kind of light, and I wanted to have this render scene at night. I want these lights to be reflective on the exterior surface. Now I always like to equal the distance between them because I know it's not a big of a deal, but I mean, it only will take you a minute or two to do it properly, and in the renderings it will look very nice, right? And that's the whole point. Now again, I know I talked about this in the past videos, but when I work on these projects for this channel or this series is really, I'm focusing on the 3D model aspect of it. Now that's not how I develop a real project, because when you're developing a real project, you're actually focusing on the technical aspects, the details, the connection details, how you're going to be producing the architectural professional drawings that are ready for permit submission. Over here, I'm not worried about that. I'm really worried about getting all the 3D, let's say, the surface view, you know, the high level view, just to make sure and the 3D looks nice, right? I don't care how feasible it is or not, but believe it or not, these houses I'm building, they're actually per code, so you can go ahead and take them. You can get inspired by them. And I'm sharing actually these plans on the website. You can go ahead at modern-box.ca, go to portfolio, and scroll down to the last page, I believe, and then you can see there all these houses. You can download the PDF file for the floor plans if you ever wanted to look at them for some reason. I don't know. So let me know if you want to see anything else. I know there's someone who commented on and asked me to make a tutorial on the Farmwood house. Well, the Farmwood house is a very big house. It's 7,000 square feet house, right? I can't do a tutorial on the whole thing. So if you can tell me, if you're watching this, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. But if you tell me what aspect you want, what specific thing you want me to make a tutorial video on, I will definitely be happy to do so. But there is a lot of tutorials out there, you know what I mean? So I don't know if there is a lack of tutorials, but if you guys want to tutorials, I mean, I can do one, no problem. But there is a surprise for the tutorials. I have a plan in my mind, and hopefully you guys will like it. Now here, one of the things that I did is I made everything white, and honestly I didn't like how it turned. Now one of my plans is what to do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna focus on the interior design for these series, right? I'm just gonna design the houses, and the most house that's gonna get the views and the most comments. And if you guys let me know what is the favorite house that you guys like, then I'll take this house and I will renovate it, right? I will renovate, let's say, the kitchen or the living room, or maybe the whole house. Maybe we'll make an extension. Maybe, I don't know, you guys can tell me what you want to see, what kind of designs you want to see, and maybe we can definitely make it happen. Let's make it enjoyable. This process is fun and enjoyable, and that's the whole point, right? Especially when it comes to Twinmotion and real-time rendering engines like Twinmotion 5D, Unreal Engine 5, one of my favorites. But the only problem with Unreal Engine is it takes a lot of space and it takes a lot of time to do something, or if you just want to even export something, it takes forever. And it's fascinating how these softwares can actually produce something. In the past, it used to take forever to produce even just one simple still image that you have to pay big bucks for it. And a lot of people cannot comprehend how fast these softwares are. And even right now, we're shifting into the AI world, which is incredibly fascinating to me, where you can create things even faster than rendering. But I don't think they're here yet. But if you use the softwares wisely and smartly, I think you can have very fascinating results. And here we're designing the interior. As I said, I'm not a big fan of everything to be white. I think we can do much better, but maybe for future videos where we can, you know, renovate all these you know, rooms, and we can have a very nice interior design videos. I'm just focusing on Revit for now because it is my favorite software. And Twinmotion's library isn't the best, to tell the truth, especially Sketchfab. These objects, a lot of them, they're just way bigger than they should be, and some of the textures are not right. The models are not really cleaned up that much. The search engine is really slow. I think they are gonna make it way better than this. I'm hoping so, but for now, actually, I figured a way to get these very nice furniture out there. So either you go to a website that they sell those kind of furniture, and a lot of them, they just give you the FBX file that you can download and put it in your model, so you can, that's one way for them to market their product. And if you are working with real clients, that you can take this model, you can put it in, and if the client likes it, you can contact the seller and they can ship it to you, which is great. At least you are working with real objects, right? It's not just some 3D artist who thought this is cool, I'm just gonna design it, and if the client ever asks you, I want this couch, where can I buy it? If you are actually designing the interior design, you should have an answer. But in our case, I don't really care that much, but you the idea here, that's one way to do it. The second way is to actually have Blender. Yeah, there's a plugin there. I forgot what it is. It's very famous. I just actually started to learn Blender, and all these shorts that I'm doing with the 3D models, that it didn't take me that long to learn it. Actually, it's a very fun software to learn. I enjoyed it really much, and there's one plugin that you can install, and then you can have any kind of furniture or object that you can download and then export it as a FBX and then import it into Twinmotion. It does take a little bit longer than to drag and drop from the Twinmotion library, but it's faster than searching for an object or furniture in Sketchfab in Twinmotion, because sometimes it takes forever until it loads just images, right? And here is the backyard I was talking about earlier. This is the barbecue. My family and I absolutely love barbecue, especially in the summer. My dad absolutely love it. He keeps doing barbecue, which is amazing, right? And that's one thing I made sure I wanted to have in this house. The pool looks very nice, very family friendly scene and vibe. And there you go, you have it, the Mavis modern box house design. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll leave you for the rest of the video. As I said, just wait for a few seconds and then you can see the full rendering on the images or the renderings for in a full screen mode. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.